Good morning, chat. My name is Penbu. I'm the programming, puzzle gaming, and music making VTuber on Linux. And today, I'm gonna turn this down a little bit because it seems like it's a little bit loud. We're playing Tetris 99. For those of you who were here earlier, we just finished a stream about half an hour ago. We're doing some music composition, but we were playing Tetris 99 because there is an event going on. The 43rd MAXIMUS Cup, in commemoration of the NES Tetris game coming to Nintendo Switch for the Nintendo Switch Online. They're the NES Virtual Console there. That is coming out next week. Late Night Tetris, indeed. But this is the way we always do it for Tetris 99 because the tickets, which we saw earlier, tickets, where is it? Right, this one. Tickets, they roll over at midnight. So the strategy here is to get all the tickets for today, which is 4, and then wait until midnight rolls over, and then we get the next 4. And so that every stream we get 8 instead of just 4. Eventually, it means that we end up being able to buy something. I think 30 is enough for one of the limited themes over here. Like, you can only use them to buy themes, really. So these ones that are the special themes, those are all 30 each. And then we have 15 each for these ones. None of them really interest me. All the ones that we've already done, all the ones that interest me, we've already unlocked. But then there's also something here. Says reach 999 tickets. Or 99 tickets and then 999. So I think it makes sense to at least save up for this. I don't know how long it will take until we get to 99. Well, I mean, we can do the math, you know, divide by 8, figure out how much that is. We'll probably end up getting to this. This takes about a year, I think. Maybe I think it took me about a year for, but that was with daily login. So that's not happening here. But who knows? At least we can at least save it for the 99. But yeah, so we can start off with doing some of the easy stuff. 50 lines. Well, actually, we'll save the first 2 for when we actually get into the theme. And then we have play against level 3 CPU opponents or higher in CPU battle, very easy. And then complete a total of 3 back-to-back in marathon mode. So that's also fairly easy. Maybe 15 years, yeah. Okay, so CPU battle, level 3 or higher. And then it never said that we actually had to play. And there we go. That's one ticket down. And the other one is 3 back-to-backs in marathon mode. That should be fairly easy. Again, we just need to get enough so that we can get the back-to-back. This is 1. That was probably not the best move. This is 1 back-to-back. Just gonna wait for... it's 2 back-to-backs. What am I doing? That is, okay. I don't think that counts. But this is 3 back-to-back. Okay. That should be enough. We're gonna go ahead and exit. Hopefully I counted right. Very good. Now for the real stuff. We go into Tetris 99 mode. We have 0 points right now. It takes 100 points to get the theme. You can get 100 points very easily by winning. So with any luck, we win this first one and we don't have to do anything else. And I actually forgot to check what the goals were, what the tickets were. So let's go check that first. 50 lines is pretty easy, we just play, and then send garbage 30 times, also just play. And so now our goal is just to win. If we don't win, then we'll get the theme in about 30 or 3 plays at most. Because I tend to get high enough on average to get at least 30 points. So yeah, this event's theme is based on the NES Tetris, and it feels a little bit surreal to have this theme, but also be able to do SRS spins like this, which is it feels kind of weird. This way. That's the second one. Then I do a third one. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I don't think so. Not with the way I set that up. Oh, L2 is pretty good though. No, that's a 4 wide. I'm gonna keep that. That's a pretty good 4 wide setup. Yes. I feel like it's been a while since I've played Tetris on stream. It hasn't been that long. I think we played Tetrio not too long ago. Here I am doing a filthy 4 wide. So for those of you who aren't familiar with the 4 wide, it is a very powerful technique, and you can basically only counter it with another 4 wide. So it tends to be frowned upon in more serious settings. But this is Tetris 99, nobody cares, so it's a little bit more okay. Yeah, it's Tetris time, yes indeed. We're just trying to get the theme. So there's this theme here that we're getting, and to unlock it, you need 100 points. You can get 100 points by winning, or by just playing more. And I put that over there. I put this over here too. I did say earlier that I get, on average, or rather, at least 30 points per game, usually. So it should only take us about 3 tries. Alright, there we go. I think I may have found my flow. Usually takes a little bit. Horrible Tetris, remember having my gran help me with my Game Boy 1. The Game Boy one is a little bit annoying, to be honest. The modern Tetris variants are a lot easier to get into. And then there's also Tetrio, which is not technically Tetris, but it plays very similarly, and it's also free. But yeah, I would highly recommend if you haven't tried any of the modern stuff. They're a lot easier to play. I think I have PC parity. I do have PC parity. All right, very good. Good at Puyo Puyo. Yeah, Puyo Puyo. I like. I should play that again. It's been a while since we've played it on stream. In my opinion, Puyo players are probably better than Tetris players. Or rather, good Puyo players are probably better than good Tetris players. Just because of the way that you have to plan things out is, in my opinion, a lot harder than what you would have to do for Tetris. As somebody who plays both. No, I should have used that over there. Marines are smart, yeah. Oh, that was a misdrop. Oh well. I'll take that. Sure. I'll set that up as a T-spin right there. Get in there. And then that looks like a pretty good forward setup, so we'll keep it. Misdrops. Like this. Are we gonna make it? We're in 3rd place right now. Oh, that is extremely risky. 2nd place, not too bad. That'll take us to about 50 points, which means we just need roughly another game or two. Okay, never mind, that takes us to 70 points. We just need one more game. Level up. 27 to 28. We got the tickets. Now we just have to stall until midnight rolls over and get the other 4 tickets. Yeah, if you have Puyo Puyo Tetris, that's actually, in my opinion, one of the harder modern Tetris games. Just because of how the garbage is handled. In a game like Tetris 99, Tetris 99 is comparatively very easy. Because it has what's called garbage canceling, where any incoming garbage, as long as you clear lines, can be cancelled. With hold on, is this correct? I think that's correct. With Puyo Puyo Tetris, oh, that's not the right sequence. With Puyo Puyo Tetris, you can only cancel once. Oh yeah, so hold on, I got this wrong. It's not garbage canceling because Puyo Puyo Tetris has that too. What we have is combo canceling. I think it's combo canceling. But anyway, the idea here is that as long as you keep comboing, the garbage won't come in. With Puyo Puyo Tetris, you get to have one chance at canceling the garbage, and then that's it. It comes in after that. What about Mean Bean Machine? So I believe Mean Bean Machine is just a reskin of Puyo Puyo 1. Which is different from the Puyo Puyo 2 rules in very slight ways, but significant ways. In that it also doesn't have garbage canceling, I think. So it makes it a little bit harder, and also it's somewhat less... do I want to say... it's not quite less skill-based, it's more... I think you survive a lot less in that game. Mostly because once you get a giant chain, once your opponent sends you a giant chain, you're done. So it's more of a race to whoever gets the highest chain. Whereas in Puyo Puyo 2, then because there is canceling, you can go back and forth on chains, and it's a lot more exciting. But what I was saying about the garbage canceling is that because you don't have combo canceling, it's a lot harder to what's the word I'm looking for? You have to maintain your stack in a slightly different way. So in my opinion, Tetris 99 is really easy and it kind of spoils you. And sort of sets up bad habits for other Tetris games. But I think out of the Tetris games, Puyo Puyo Tetris is probably my favorite. At least out of the ones that I played. Set up a T-spin there. Drop this down here, actually. That feels like a T-spin setup somewhere. We'll take that. Okay. Now we just start to upstack. We have built a 2 wide, so I think we can start downstacking now. The 7 combo. Okay, I have not built my stack very well here. And the reason I can tell is because there are lots of pieces I can't place very well. A good stack can accommodate a lot of different pieces. That could accommodate next to none. Oh man. Okay, so I have PC parity. but I don't have the pieces for it. I no longer have PC parity. PC parity here being perfect clear parity. There's some math behind it, but basically, there are certain ways you can get perfect clears because of the way that the randomizer works. And you need an even amount of lines, or blocks rather, to get a perfect clear. And so if you get garbage, if you get garbage after you get PC parity, you no longer have parity because you now have an odd number of blocks. Oh no, that is a 2 wide, or not a 2 wide. There's a 4 wide. I will keep that. Probably to my detriment. I'm going to not keep that. And instead I'm going to go set up something fancy. I really should not. Never mind. Oh, that's gonna kill me. No, get out. Wrong sides. That was heavily mismanaged. That was 110, but we got the theme anyway in 2. Not too bad. Oh, we keep going. We got 1 all clear this time. Yeah, Mean Bean Machine. There's also, was it Kirby's Avalanche was also a reskin of Puyo Puyo 1. I think Kirby's Avalanche is in the Virtual Console for the Switch, as well as Puyo Puyo 2. But I don't think Mean Bean Machine is there. Oh well, I'm not getting a PCO out of that one. PCO being the perfect clear opener. So the way the randomizer works in modern Tetris is that all the 7 pieces are put in a bag, and then the bag is shuffled, and then you take out the pieces one by one until the bag is empty. That is called the 7-bag randomizer, and it is very different from the full random, or it's very different from it being full random, because then it means the pieces are a lot more predictable. And one of the ways that they're predictable is that because you can guarantee each piece coming in every you get one of every piece every seven pieces, you can make openers out of them in very predictable ways. And one such opener is called the perfect clear opener, in which you have a 2/3 chance to get a perfect clear. I should not do that. Oh, this is awful. Okay, it's getting uncomfortably high. I'm going to start down stacking now. And then I go ahead and set up a T-spin there. And I misread that. Gotta start with the fancy stuff. I guess I can do spins like that, but if it means getting in situations like these, it's not gonna help. Okay, we can do this, we can do this. I'm gonna set up a T-spin there. That is a little bit high. I set up another T-spin here, maybe? Yes, indeed. I don't know why I'm building up so high, because that doesn't actually help. Oh, nope, that's a misdrop. Let's fix it this way. I'm setting up for a T-spin and I don't even see a T, which is not good. Put that over here. It's getting very tight, and I don't like it. Okay, we'll take this, take that, and then we can drop this down here. Very good. Four combo, 5 combo, 6 combo, 7 combo, 8. And that's where we stop. You can get up to pretty high combos. I think the most I've gotten maybe is a 20 combo. You can get that with a 4 wide. I think you can even get to 21. Or was it 19 combo that I got? Well, there's one challenge in to get one of the badges, or to unlock one of the badges, is to get a certain high combo. And I do remember getting that one. That's... I can fix it with that. Yeah, it feels very surreal playing this theme, because with NES Tetris, you do not have this kind of time and these kinds of spins. Once the piece is down, you have one frame to position it, and then it's locked. It's a much harder game. Here you don't have that. You have all the luxuries of modern Tetris. That's not happening. That is probably not the best move there either. Yeah, we're gonna have to give up on that one. That is not the best move, we'll take it. And that was a misdrop. Is that gonna cost us? That is gonna cost us. Ouch. Still, top 10. Komodo, welcome in. 6th place. Indeed. We got 2nd place earlier. I'm still hoping we get a 1st place. But this is only game 2 of 2, so... No, it's game 3. I think this is game 3. This is now game 4. Is that right? I don't remember. It hasn't been that long. Showed your automaton cover to a friend, they were very impressed. Well, thank you for spreading that around. I do want to make more of those. I just haven't had the time to... Oh, that's not true. I've recorded a bunch on stream before, it's just, I haven't gotten around to fixing that up and releasing them. But I do want to make more. One of the things that I think would help is, and I've been meaning to do this for a while too, just I haven't had the time, is to clip the automaton karaoke streams. Because clips tend to do very well, and especially short clips. And now that shorts are 3 minutes long, you can almost very easily fit in an entire song depending on how long the song is. But also, you only really need the chorus anyway. The chorus is probably the part that I'd be playing the best, so... that is one avenue for advertising that I would like to pursue, I just don't have time to do it. But maybe soon. What's on your schedule tomorrow evening? I'm not planning on streaming tomorrow. I usually don't stream on Saturdays. Mr. E with a square ratio? Yes, of course. You will not be catching me making a vertical video. Yeah, I don't have plans to stream tomorrow. Especially since I expect to be out the entire day. So we'll see what happens there. Yeah, usually... So even if I weren't streaming... I think I'd have other things that I need to do anyway. Or rather, even if I didn't have... If I weren't out the entire day, I think there's still stuff that I have to do. Like, for example, looking back, I kind of need to release that at some point, and hopefully soon. Want to make sure that's released before we release whatever this new piece that we're working on. Also, pieces. I have to finish that too. Remember back when people would film vertical and all the comments would be telling them to turn their phone. Those were the days. Now nobody cares. Or rather, it's even actively encouraged sometimes. Which... why? Well, I mean, I get it. If you're on a phone, it can be a little bit more natural to it can be more a little bit more natural to have vertical video, but the majority of your viewing. Actually, I can't even say that. There are some people who I know just work off the phone, and they don't have a PC or a laptop or anything like that. So I guess I can't say the majority of your viewing is going to be on a horizontal screen. For some people, it will be, like me, for example. But that's not necessarily true for everyone. Definitely not you. Wait, hold on. Do you mean that's not you? The horizontal is not your common viewing aspect ratio, or the vertical? Okay, I think it was the T-spin triple. Set one up as that. Yeah, I can understand it. Even if you do have a laptop or a computer. If your viewing tends to be more for entertainment on the go, yeah, I can understand that too. Why sit upright on a PC, laptop, and lay down on a phone, tablet? See, that's when you lay down and still watch on your PC, or rather, like tilt your chair in such a way that you're not sitting upright. The ways of old, I guess. There are ways to do it. I don't know if they're necessarily comfortable. I think it tends to acquire it afterwards. But yeah, I get that. Like sometimes I would prefer to just be on the bed instead. Although they do say that you shouldn't take your phone to bed. On the other side, maybe being on the, maybe forcing yourself to be on the computer to watch those things means that you end up being a little bit more in control over how much you watch. Because if being upright is uncomfortable, then you don't want to be there for too long. But you know, whatever works for you. As long as it's all in moderation. That is not good. Also, mobile is energy efficient. I suppose so. Well, in my case, my computer is already always on anyway, so... in that case, I'm just using an extra... I already use my phone, I'd just be using an extra... extra device. Not that my phone isn't also always on. Set up a T-spin there. I should have set one up there too. Okay, that's fine. Do we have PC parity? No? I don't think so. Why do I have 3 O pieces? Insane. Okay, I sacrifice that just so we can get that. Okay, 1, 2, drop this in here. Set up a T-spin there. Oh, okay, we're gonna have to clean that one up. This goes down here, this goes here. And then we gotta, okay, we can clear up this wall here, put that down there. Okay, very good. SRS, please. No, no, no. Okay, whatever. SRS is the name of the rotation system. Stands for Super Rotation System. It's a system of kicks. Basically, if you try to rotate a piece and it doesn't, if there's something in the way, it'll try a certain set of positions so that it'll still attempt to kick, or attempt to rotate anyway. Oh, we're second place. Very good. Yeah, 3 O pieces. There are rare times where you get 3 I pieces, but 3 O pieces is awful.
Why, hello.
Hello, Hessel, welcome in. This is an open VC, by the way, for those of you watching.
I'm here to bother you, Penbu.
Haha. I think you'll fail, because when have you ever bothered me?
Nah, I can change that. Dare me, I'll do anything.
Oh. Well, I'll give you your best shot, I guess.
I don't feel like it. You got me.
Hold on. Any mods around, you can shout them out. Actually, why don't you introduce yourself?
Huh? What? Huh? Second?
Why don't you introduce yourself?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Hassan. Shut up. Yep. Sorry, tripping up my words. I finished stream about an hour ago and I'm still recovering. Good morning, everybody. My name is Dr. Hessel. I'll chat about all kinds of things. Bits and banter, absurdities, and strange tangents, those are my specialty. My favorite things are physics and media analysis. And if you don't think it's morning where you are, I'm sorry to tell you, whether it's evening, afternoon, or early in the day, it will always and forever be a good morning.
Alright, just doing a sound check here. I think you may have been a little bit too loud. Louder than me. Which is not good for stream, but I think we've adjusted you now. Should be good now.
Lovely, lovely. Did you adjust in the middle of the game?
I did.
You're a legend.
I mean, it's Tetris 99. There's not a whole lot going on at the start of the game. But I'll even shout you out here. Shout out! Dr. Hessel. There we go.
How does he do it?
Now, if we're down to 50 players and I start doing that, that's when you should be impressed. But here, I can let go and nothing happens.
Yeah, I see, I see. I don't really know if Tetris 99 works, so...
So the way this works is that you have your own Tetris board, but whenever you send garbage, whenever you clear lines, you send garbage, and you send those garbage to the other people. So it's you and 98 other people, and it's a battle royale, so people get eliminated.
Sure. Neat.
Yeah, you have a... Hold on, you have a Switch? You do, right?
Yes, I do.
And you do you have the online subscription?
No.
Ah, okay. So that's what's stopping you from being able to play this, I guess.
Yeah, well, I'd also have to buy it, I'm pretty sure.
No. So Tetris 99 is free if you have the subscription.
I see. That's a decent deal, I guess.
Yeah. So the subscription, not that this is sponsored or anything, but the subscription comes with a ton of free games too. I think, well, it used to come with Pac-Man 99. They got rid of that. But Tetris 99, F-Zero 99. F-Zero 99 is very good. Absolutely worth it. It lets you play online in various games that allow for online connectivity. I think that's the best, or that's the largest draw of it. And then there's also the virtual console stuff. So the classic NES games, SNES games, more recently Game Boy games as well. There are various titles for that. Most recently coming out, I think they've added a bunch of Donkey Kong titles. Next week they're going to be adding Tetris, the NES Tetris, to the NES Virtual Console. Which is why they're having this event here.
I should really get my Switch set up for streaming.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That'd be fun.
Nice drops.
We've talked about this before, though.
We have, yeah.
I think one of the main things I want to do is play Smash, though, with someone.
Well, Smash is good too, which I do have. Maybe one day.
I don't have the 5 billion DLCs though, but I don't play any DLC characters, so it works for me.
Yeah, neither do I. All I've been doing so far has been grinding to get to unlock all the default characters, but it's been taking a while.
Yeah, I don't know if I told you this story before, but so back in my high school there was a game club, and one of the main things we do is play Smash Brothers. Now, for me, that was the only way I ever even got to play Ultimate, because I didn't own a Switch back then. But one time, we got another Switch, and we got another copy of Smash Brothers, so we could have more people doing simultaneous 1v1s, because that was the only kind of match they played. That's the one they preferred, because tournament setting. Well, the guy who ran it, the teacher, was like, "Oh yeah, I gotta get this all set up. I gotta unlock all the characters. I have to play Smash all day. How terrible!" I don't know if he got. Oops, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
I don't know if he got paid for that, but I hope he did.
That'd be fun.
It was a real cool guy. But beyond that, yeah, like I said, the only time I ever got to play Ultimate was when other people's Switches, so. And nowadays I don't have the time to play it, so I never got the opportunity to really get good at it. I was able to kind of keep up with most of my friends though, so.
Well, now you get to start up again. As long as you can. Actually, you didn't get anything for Black Friday in terms of streaming, did you?
No.
That would have been the perfect opportunity to get a capture card.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Hey, I've been trying to spend less money recently.
Fair enough. Although
I'm not being, like, dumb with my money, but I should. Sorry, what were you saying?
If you're lucky, Cyber Week deals might still be on.
It's worth taking a look. Hold on, let's see if Best Buy's got anything. Best Buy, that is a Stream Deck, that's not a capture card.
With that said, my capture card is a cheap, what, $12, $20 one? But I did get an HDMI splitter for free.
Yeah.
So if you don't have one for free, then I guess you'd have to buy a splitter. And well, I mean, no, for Smash you definitely do need one. So a splitter and a second monitor, because otherwise you'd be putting up with input latency. If you're trying to watch from OBS or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even for Tetris, it's kind of annoying. It's doable, but I would not want to do it again.
Yeah, I mean, on Tetris, you can at least, like, it's relatively consistent, I assume. So you can be, like, you can at least, like, see in the future, basically, and planning moves without that. But if you're playing, like, online, in, like, a fighting game, you got an entire other person messing around. Best Buy website, these are all stream decks, lights, an XLR USB-C microphone interface. That's lovely. I'll probably buy one of those in the future. Not what I'm looking for. Why are there so many stream decks? Okay.
I actually have was it a Stream Deck Mini? My friends gifted it to me. I don't really use it very much though. Mostly because the program that I was using to get it to work on Linux isn't really working anymore. And also, I don't really have much to hotkey to it. I used it a couple times for some of the what do you call it? The automaton karaoke streams, but that's about it.
Yeah. I told you about how I use my MIDI keyboard as a kind of stream deck.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
It's not been working recently.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, for some reason, Advanced Scene Switcher just does not recognize that. There's a MIDI interface there. Well, it knows there's one there, just not getting any signal. And I've not experienced enough with MIDI stuff to even begin to figure out anything about that.
It sounds like that might be an OS level problem.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I'll look into this one time. But it's kind of thing where you only really discover it when you're setting up your stream, and at that point, it's not really worth it to try.
Yeah, and then you put it off until later, and it just never gets done.
That's what I've been doing. I downloaded Voice Meter Potato because I've been really wanting to improve my mic quality. Because I don't know if you noticed, but my mic sounds really... To me, my mic sounds really different on my stream compared to on Discord. That's because I have a bunch of audio things in my OBS. Which may give a higher quality sound. Or at least easier.
Yeah, there is the I've been thinking about it because I also have all my filters on OBS and not on my microphone. So if I ever do a collab stream, it's going to sound different. But taking a bit of a break here, Tetris Maximus, we won a game finally. Woo! Very good. Thank you for taking part in this experiment, by the way. One of the things that I've been thinking about was how I tend to... I feel like I play worse when I play on stream, because I focus too much on trying to play well. And so I was wondering if I had somebody on like on voice or something, keep me distracted, so I can just play on autopilot. Maybe that'll make me play better. Sample size of 1 so far seems to say yes.
Well, all you gotta do is just submit that paper and don't look at the K value, you're good.
Okay, so it has rolled over to midnight, which means we do get a new set of tickets. We have clear a total of 100 lines in CPU battles, play 150 line mode marathon twice, complete total of 5 triples, and complete a total of 10 doubles. The other two, the last two up top are going to be fairly easy. Clear a total of 100 lines in CPU battles means play 2 games, I think. And then 150 line mode marathon mode twice, literally play 2 games. So we'll start with that one. Are you watching in Discord, by the way?
Yeah, I'm watching this weird guy.
So, this is what we do for playing twice.
Huh? I think I blinked. Could you do that again?
We'll do it again. We still get the ticket for it. And there we go. We've played it twice.
Fantastic. Found an article. Apparently you can plug in an XLR microphone into an Elgato's Stream Deck. Not sure I'd trust that to be a very quality interface, but could be useful for somebody.
Interesting. An XLR microphone into an Elgato Stream Deck. Why? I mean, I guess if you don't have another interface, that could be your interface. Makes sense.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you're buying an XLR, you should probably buy an interface to go along with it, and not use your Stream Deck.
Yeah, probably.
At that point, you're kind of just... I can't imagine that'd be much better than like buying a lower quality, like a low quality interface, because it's not a dedicated interface. I don't know, I haven't really looked into it, that's just me spitballing. For all I know, it could be top tier.
I don't think I have too much comment on Elgato's products. Don't really use them.
Fair enough.
I messed up. Hold up. We're gonna abort this. So we can get out of here faster. And what we want to do here is to turn down the CPU level and then turn up the number of badges. So number of badges is basically a multiplier for the amount of garbage that you sent. So if you have 4 badges, you have if your garbage is being sent at full force. And then when the CPU level's at 1, they're not going to be doing anything. So all we need to do is clear 100 lines before we kill everyone. Which means I think the way to go is just a normal 9-0.
Oh yeah, I was extra annoyed today that my MIDI keyboard was working, because I had a gag planned. So, Half-Life 2 Episode 2 starts out with you waking up in a train that fell into a river. So I was gonna open it up like model hidden, and then just have it go through like, oh, I had too much to drink last night, but and I wanted it to work seamlessly where I could just press the button and show up again, and like have something happen. But I had to instead just pause the game and reveal it anyway, which
Not too bad.
honestly I think it worked anyway, but would have been nicer if it was working.
I just gotta try again.
Yeah, sure. Do other fancy stuff, see what happens. Looking at some of the capture cards at Amazon. $18 isn't that bad. This one doesn't support Windows 10 apparently. I can't imagine it wouldn't work, but I'm not gonna buy it on the off chance it doesn't.
Oh, what does it say? Like Windows 8?
Operating system, yeah, it says Linux, Windows 8, Windows 7, and Mac OS.
That's very odd. I would expect it to still work, but...
Yeah, like... I'd imagine it would still work just fine, but I don't want to burn 18 bucks on probably fine.
Fair enough.
Then I can just find something else.
Okay, I have no idea how many lines I've cleared already. And we're down to 20-ish CPUs.
I'm gonna open my OBS and see if advanced scene switches read my MIDI keyboard now. It'd be real funny if it was.
Yeah, sometimes it just takes a reset. It just happens to work.
I tried to get it to reset a few times. Yeah, it's not working. Okay, well, at least it's consistent.
That's good.
Consistently not working, but... whatever. I think I might have actually found the problem. I had LMMS open, which may have been capturing the inputs.
Yeah,
well,
that might do it.
Or does MIDI actually, like, exclusively take inputs? No. It is actually working now, so...
Yeah, I think that entirely depends on the routing system. Because, for example, with Pipewire on Linux, it's not exclusive, but that's because Pipewire takes exclusive... I think it's Pipewire that takes the exclusive use of the device, and then it forwards the packets over to... Sorry, not packets, or whatever. It forwards the data over to the applications.
Huh. I got no clue what it's using, but apparently LMS completely stole all the input. I wasn't even using anything for it, but apparently it took it all. That is a weird program.
It might... I wonder... So I'm guessing then if you have OBS up first, and then you have LMMS, you either can't use the keyboard with LMMS, or you still end up being able to. But you can still use it with OBS.
Maybe. When I have it curious. Huh. Yeah, let's try it, see what happens. I mean, it's not supposed to even accept inputs until I specifically track one of the instruments to the MIDI channel, but sometimes just does what it wants to. I guess. I could have also forgotten to turn it or unlink it. I don't know. We'll see what happens in about a second. LMS is a very funny program. Most programs you can leave open and they won't like explode. Sometimes I'll leave it open overnight on accident, and then it's using like 50% of my CPU somehow.
For some reason, I'm not surprised.
Does didn't happen on any other stuff. Is it mining crypto on my CPU? I don't know. What is it doing?
Oh, but then you're also running it on Windows, so I don't know. That might influence things. Because LMMS is a Linux program.
I think so. It is open source, which means it's a Linux adjacent, kind of.
Well, I mean, I'm not mistaken. The L in LMMS stands for Linux.
I actually don't know what it stands for now that you mention it. I always just assumed it was one of those things that wasn't supposed to be explained, you know?
If I'm not mistaken, it's Linux Multimedia Studio. I could be wrong.
Let me look up the GitHub. Probably in the reader.
Or it might be one of those cases where... Sorry, go ahead.
Doesn't say in the reader.
Yeah, it could be one of those cases where it used to stand for something and now it doesn't. like GIMP. GIMP used to be the GNU image manipulation program, but now it's just GIMP.
Yeah, I can't find anything about it.
Wikipedia.
Bold of you to assume I haven't checked that already, but you're completely right. How does he know? Yeah, Linux Multimedia Studios was originally released as. So you were in fact correct. 2004. It's been out for 20 years, and it still has this interface.
Well, so one programs like those. Okay, so it's twofold. When you change the interface of a program like that, people complain. So there is resistance to changing the interface. But also, the reason why it's like that in the first place is usually because it's it's not somebody who with design credentials that makes them. It's good enough for use and for the programmer's use, or rather the creator's use for what they need it for, and then it just stays.
Yeah, I know about all that old tech. I think the term is technical debt, but I think that's something slightly different.
It can be related. It's technical debt is what you get when you make a decision to do something worse than you probably should, in order to get something else, like to get some other value. So the analogy here is like financial debt, where sometimes it's good to take on financial debt in order to be able to pay for something that you can get a better return out of.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, but like with financial debts, it can be, if you don't know how to use it well, it can spiral out of control. 529, welcome in. I'm in an open VC here with Hessel, who's decided to join us here. He's helping me with an experiment, seeing if I play better being distracted by somebody in voice chat than if I were to try just playing normally. Because the hypothesis is I spend too much effort trying to play well, and if I have somebody distracting me here, I might actually play better.
I mean, good luck charm. What can I say?
Well, that too.
But yeah, you were in fact correct. It looks like OBS is completely taking control of the MIDI keyboard inputs.
Interesting. Conversation interests me. What I miss? Not a whole lot. Hassel here is trying to troubleshoot why his MIDI keyboard is not being detected by OBS, and it turns out it's because LMMS was taking over. Seems like whatever Windows has is fairly exclusive in its usage, or like device allocation. So 7th place? I think it's 7th place. We somehow got on a tangent about tech debt. Oh yeah, because LMMS has a very programmer interface, to put it in one way.
I mean, I like it, but it definitely needs to be changed.
What you need is to get somebody like Tentacruel to point out all your flaws, and you gotta hire him.
God, that'd be nice. I think LMS was one of the programs he wanted to make a video about, but he just never ended up doing so, or hasn't yet, for that matter. Who knows?
Well, I'm sure you have lots to say.
There is a lot to say.
It kind of reminds me of a program called Cinelera. Have you heard of that one?
I don't think so. What does that start with?
C. Cinelera, as in like cinematography.
Okay.
So it's a program for. Okay, I got a second PC. There we go. It's a program for. It's a non-linear video editor. That's what I was looking for. I think I have third PC. Very good. So I have 4 PCs. Possibly, but it's going to be very difficult. Anyway,
I'm looking at Cinelera. The website design seems very late 2000s.
that sounds about right.
Kind of like the transition between those old school, basically article web pages and the modern overload on CSS. And it's just kind of, this is just kind of the middle child who got left behind.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And then you look at screenshots and it kind of matches.
Yeah, I'm seeing... I forget what the design language is called, but it's the one from Windows 98 with the Windows.
Oh, the Windows Classic?
Yeah, I think that's...
Oh, no, MDI... multi... No, it's not a multi-document interface. I don't remember it being that. What I remember from... what I remember from Cinelera is that it has multiple windows to do a bunch of stuff. So like your panels are all different windows essentially. It's very confusing. By the way, I would have gotten 4 PCs if I didn't get garbage.
But yeah, I was talking with a coworker about just funny things in the Windows operating system, and he just randomly opened a graphic for Windows design languages over the years, and one of the ones he brought up. No, wait, hold on. The one I was thinking of is even earlier. This is like from one of the first Windows releases. Anyway, if you go. And he actually like managed to find out where this was and pull it up on his workstation. There's some weird like call function on Windows. I don't even think it works. It looks very old. I think it's like some weird dial-up thing. But
Yeah,
it uses like the oldest like design language of all of them. Still to this day. And it's just kind of stuck there.
Yeah, because I mean, if nobody uses it, right, there's no point in updating it. I know there are still some Windows 3.1 dialogues hanging around somewhere. If it was dial-up, then it would have been probably around that era. Because you don't really have networking in... I don't think Windows prior to Windows 3 had networking. Could be wrong about that.
Not super aware of early Windows systems. I've used DOS before, but I'm not familiar with old Windows stuff. I don't really have a reason to anyway, so... I only know DOS because I played a lot of old DOS games.
Well, if you ever get the chance to install Windows... say Windows 3 or Windows 2... Have I ever installed Windows 2? I've installed Windows 3 before, from scratch. Like setting up a DOS system and then installing Windows 3 on it. That's an experience. Might do it on stream sometime.
What if it could be that difficult, but you never know with computers.
I think the more difficult part is getting an environment that allows you to do it these days. Oh, that's a lot of free garbage. Thank you.
I love garbage. That's my favorite thing. Yeah. It's nice because a lot of my old, like, favorite DOS games got ported over to, like, actual systems. Well, some of them, anyway. Still can't play Civ 1 without DOS blocks. But, Star Control 2 got a port. That was nice. Official one, too. Previously, it was released to the open source community, and they could just do whatever they wanted to it. But now, like, the actual guys who made it made an official Steam port.
That's nice.
Yeah. They also released a sequel to it finally, too. Yeah, the game released in, like, 1991. Now the sequel's coming out.
It's a long time coming. It's let's see.
Yeah, I mean, there is a sequel. Nobody likes it, but it exists.
Well, at least it exists, and it's not so bad that people pretend it doesn't.
No, people do pretend that Star Control 3 doesn't exist.
Okay.
I don't know why exactly. I haven't played it myself. I think I should. I've heard a lot of funny things about it. I mean, the things I've heard wouldn't make too lot of sense when I hasn't played the game, but apparently the ancient aliens are cows or something. The cool guys who've been built up around the world lobotomize themselves into being cows or something. I don't know. And there was a lot of things people didn't like about it. It had, like, proto base building elements. Not really base building. How would I describe it? Sort of like an RTS style or grand strategy build-up of resources and resource management kind of thing. I think it wasn't very good, so a lot of people didn't like it, but like I said, I haven't played it. This is just word of mouth from me.
Yeah, I don't think I can comment because I haven't played any of it.
But now the actual, like, sequel made by the guys who made the good game, Star Control 2, is coming out. Thing is, they can't call it Star Control 3. Not because Star Control 3 already exists, it's because they lost the rights to the Star Control name. They can use literally everything else from the IP, though.
That sucks.
They only lost the name. And that's how you got Star Control Origins made by Stardock, which has none of the previous elements. It's a completely new series.
That kind of reminds me a little bit of the Puyo Puyo situation. Although in reverse, because Puyo Puyo was actually a spin-off of an RPG called Monogatari, and then Sega bought it, but I don't think they bought the original series. They only bought Puyo Puyo. So now there's a new installment of Monogatari, but it has none of the characters in it. At least as far as I gather, I haven't really tracked it a whole lot. It's another Tetris Maximus.
I think we should publish a research paper.
Yeah. I gotta check what tickets for this thing. We are not missing any tickets. Very good. So just play until I feel like we should end. Which, if you're here, it might be for another half hour.
Oh, I can waste time.
Yeah, I think normally for these kinds of streams, we go until a little past midnight, and then we finish the game, and that's it. But I'm feeling fairly awake. I think we can go for longer.
Oh yeah, okay. So the reason why I brought up Star Control series is because Star Control 1, I have to like specifically make my own instance of DOSBox to play it, because every game doesn't come with it. It's technically it's on the website myabandonware.com. It's not actually abandonware, so that's just straight up piracy. But yeah, no, that's a whole legal argument, neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Star Control 2 has a Steam release though, under the name Freestars, but yeah, which uses DOSBox. I'm really excited for the sequel, Freestars: Children of Infinity, though. That's gonna be a good one. The reason why I'm excited is because Star Control 2 has one of the best stories in games. It's really good. And the thing is, it was like one of the pioneers for stories in games. And I can't think of any other games in 1991 that were released in 1991 or before that really even focused on a story, let alone had one in a lot of cases. And this one, sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I can't say I'm too familiar with games from that era. Or earlier.
A lot of times the story is very bare bones around that time. But this game had a full-fledged backstory, it had unique characters, it had, like, literary themes. You don't see that in a lot of modern games. And it had a lot of... I'm gushing, and I shouldn't say too much because I'm currently working on a video about it. But I'm a big fan, is what I'm trying to say.
So we'll see when the video comes out. You all should all go watch that video when it comes out.
Who knows how long that'll take.
Yeah, same. For some of my stuff too. Trying to get some of those compositions out.
I mean, it's gonna be in an interesting style. I don't know if you're familiar with it. Have you watched any videos by either Seth Zintak, Maxor, Toastifire, or Mandalore Gaming?
I don't know if I've heard of any of them, actually.
Okay, so the video is in their style, and it's a very unique style. Let's put it that way. But I really liked it, so I wanted to try writing it.
Oh, worth a shot?
But I had a lot of fun writing it, so...
Oh, that's what counts.
Yeah. But if you get the chance, I'd recommend playing Star Control 2. It is a good game. It is a darn good game.
Well, I can't promise anything, but I'll take that into consideration.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Oh, I think we can do something fancy here. Just gotta do this very carefully. Okay. I need one more. Oh, no, okay. So I can do this. Then we have a teaspoon there. But at this point, there's so much stuff here. It's, I don't know if I want to continue that. This is why you don't go for teaspoons that you aren't prepared for.
I can't even do that, so I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, it's setting up teaspoons is one of those things. I used to have a lot of trouble with setting up teaspoons, but it's just a lot of pattern recognition, a lot of practice.
Fair enough.
There's a video by, I think it was Tafo, that went over how to do teaspoons. I kind of picked up a lot of stuff from there.
Not super interested in Tetris. Not that I don't like it. For me, it's just more of a time killer kind of game than anything else.
Yeah, which honestly is probably better. Because once you start getting into the competitive side, at least for me, it starts feeling like a bit of a drag to have to like grind the practice to be able to face everyone on like the good people on Tetrio. And it can kind of be a little bit I don't know, discouraging maybe is the word I'm looking for. When you're just being beaten half the time.
I get what you mean. I used to play a lot of more competitive games. I used to play so much CSGO, it wasn't okay. Competitive CSGO is where I spent too much of my time when I was younger. Evil game. I've been meaning to do a CS2 stream. I wouldn't play comp online because voice chat, but yeah, no, it could be fun.
I suppose it could be. I'm not into FPS myself, so I don't know too much about them.
Yeah, fair enough.
They all seem the same to me.
They are really similar. I mean, they all have the same primary skill, but it's everything surrounding that makes them unique. Like, what separates CSGO from Call of Duty is that in CSGO, if you're walking, you are not accurate at all, so you have to stand still if you want to actually hit anyone. But you can do some really tricksy things with that. Because there used to be a technique, I think it was called stutter stepping, where if you A and D, you could press A and then immediately release A, press D, and for a split second, you'd be effectively still, and then you'd be able to shoot at that exact time. So you could be going AD, 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 and at the exact times you would switch your momentum, you would then shoot, and you'd be pretty accurate.
While still being moving.
While still being, yeah, moving a little bit. The most, the real thing would be to make sure your head is not exposed as much. Because if they're aiming for your body, you're mostly still gonna not have a good time. But if they're aiming for your head, that's gonna be way harder to hit. So.
I see.
Oh, that's the other thing too. If you're just full autoing, just holding on the trigger, you're also just gonna be pretty inaccurate. Kind of. There's a thing called spray. Yeah. There's a thing called spray patterns where they are random, but they're random on a line. You can kind of control the line, but it's very difficult to. It's usually better to just click, 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 and you'll be perfectly accurate.
Yeah, I can see why that might be nerfed a little bit.
It makes it pretty unique. And that combined with needing a lot of game sense to like know where people are going, what they're doing, and how they're doing things. It can be a lot of fun. It also causes a certain kind of person to get very, very colorful on the voice chat.
Understandable.
Which is why I'd never actually play competitive online. I'd get a stack first. I do not trust randoms to play nice in voice chat. And it's kind of any competitive game for that matter. Valorant is very similar to CSGO, but it adds some Overwatch in there, where there's everyone has their own like unique player abilities, which was neat for a little bit of shakeup. But then they released, and this will date how long I've been playing the game and how long I've stopped playing. But I released a character called Reyna who was really annoying and strong, and I just stopped playing at that point. Because what you could do is you would like be able to heal way too often off of killing people. It was like, I don't want to play anymore. But it had some neat ideas beyond that.
I guess balance is important.
Oh, yeah. I mean, everyone will be mad if it's a competitive game. Out of balance. Speaking of bad balances, I don't suppose you play any StarCraft.
I do not.
Yeah, so apparently Blizzard has just been allowing a balanced team instead of like dedicating people or like personnel to it, which is fairly reasonable. It's a decade-old game at this point. Apparently the people who have been designated to doing that though are mucking up the game. Apparently, so there's 3 races they can play as: Protoss, Terran, and Zerg. Apparently Protoss has just been basically unplayable at the pro level for a while now. And just flat out weaker than the other 2. And they keep nerfing it for some reason.
Is this due to incompetence or due to hold on, trying to find the words there.
Malice?
Inexperience with the game or culture of the game, I don't know.
Supposedly about half of it's made up of pros, but like their names aren't released for good reason, I'd say. So we don't know who exactly is on the balance team, but it's people who are good at the game. It's not like you got some random Joe Schmo in Silver League defining how the game's being played. That'd be funny though. Awful for game balance, but would be. I'm curious what Joe gets up to.
I need not that. Oh well.
Yeah.
That was very close. But yeah,
Like it was close.
I mean, I think on the one hand, I think it's good to have people who are very experienced in the game to try to balance the game. But at the same time, I think it might also be valuable to have somebody who has less experience. Because top tier meta tends to be different than mid tier and low tier meta.
Yeah, that's the main reason why they keep nerfing Protoss. Like their what do you call it? Their justification is that in lower tiers, Protoss is very dominant. And Protoss is known as like the cheese race. They have a lot of really annoying early game strategies that are kind of like all in, and if you don't know what's going on, you're just kind of screwed. And it can just be very annoying beyond that. But they've just been nerfing legitimate strategies for some reason. I think one of the units they nerfed last time was the Immortal, which is like the opposite of a cheese unit. It's like your main frontline unit for ground-based endgames. I don't know anymore. I'm not even in the competitive scene. I haven't really been playing the game. This is just what I've heard offhand. But it is really funny to see it happen. I like StarCraft. I've been meaning to play it. I got my new Blizzard account set up.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so we'll just stream that sometime. Stream the latter, maybe not. Because competitive StarCraft still kind of scares me. It's a very stressful game. Like, have you seen StarCraft top tiers, like StarCraft? What do you call them? Esports players.
Let's just say I know next to nothing about the game except for its name.
Fair enough. It is kind of insane. They tend to use a metric called APM, or actions per minute, which is like the amount of stuff you do per minute. Pros tend to get around, I think, 200 to 300. So that's like, what, 4 to 5 actions per second or so?
A lot.
Yeah. And they also have to manage and think through like their unit composition and could the enemy be doing this? Could they be going here? Could they try to take my base? Oh, I also have to build up my units. I have to manage like my supply cap. I have to manage the amount of money I get. I have to manage my income. The mental load is insane. That's why playing on the ladder kind of scares me.
That sounds like working disguised as a game.
Well, it's very fast-paced, so it's not my kind of work, and I guess that's more fun for me. Actually, no, I didn't do food service for like 2 weeks, so... I don't know. Oh god, I still have nightmares sometimes over rush hour.
I've never had a retail job, and I don't think I plan to.
I wouldn't recommend it. I really would not recommend it. Or food service for that. I haven't worked a retail job, but I've heard awful things from guys who worked retail.
There's a whole subreddit for it.
Yeah. There's subreddits for everything these days. There might be a subreddit for me soon.
Oh, there could be. You could create it yourself, even.
This is true. This is true.
Although, most likely it'll be empty.
Oh, yeah, I mean...
Unless you post it, in which case, it's not going to be empty, but I would wonder how many, like who's actually going to read it. I used to run a subreddit, or like I created one back in the day. And, I don't know, we didn't get a lot of people, and upkeep was kind of difficult, so it kind of just died out. And also, I didn't log into Reddit for a while, and they did the whole, there was one time where they reclaimed a bunch of empty or inactive subs, so it got renamed, and I never bothered to set it back up.
It happens. All them old things tend to get gone by the wayside.
Yeah.
I find a lot of smaller subs fascinating. Culture-wise, I mean... Because you can tell there's a distinct feel to like some of the smaller subs. It's weird.
No, that's true. Especially because if they have a tight-knit community, then... if you have a tight-knit community, then... you know, there's certain kind of culture pops up. I was going somewhere with that. Like, for example, Programmer Enemies. It's a very small... It's a fairly small sub with, whose aim is to get... Like, its content is... programming the intersection between programming memes and anime memes. So it's already fairly niche. And so, with something as niche as that, you tend to get a certain kind of person.
You tend to get the guys that are like... I think it's usually more like people who want to be a part of like smaller communities, and usually tend to just prefer the slower paced stuff. And also like community builders and people who want to be part of the community.
Yeah.
I don't like main subs. I unsubscribe from all of them if I ever see them pop up. A few of them I'm okay with, like Ask Reddit. That one is usually not that bad. The other ones are just r/funny.
Oh yeah, I don't visit anything that large, and I don't know. It seems like there's a lot of normie stuff that I find, you know, it's very popular, but it seems fairly uninteresting. At least when in terms of like entertainment stuff and educational stuff, it's usually fine.
Yeah, and some of the other ones that can get kind of... I don't know what the right word would be. I mean, I could just say cringe and be done with it, but that's not specific enough, in my opinion. I really don't like some of the... Oh, wow. Completely blanked out there. Alright. Subreddits. I don't know. There's a lot of ones like... Sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean, speaking of weird subreddits, there's a bunch of things, like, there's a subreddit for stapling toast onto trees.
That's high concept, at least.
It is.
I appreciate high concept stuff myself. That's a little bit much, I guess. I want to do more high concept streams, just do weird stuff, fun stuff. Those are the kinds of streams I like a lot.
Yeah, I want to do... Sorry, go ahead.
Those are the kinds of streams I like the most when people do them.
Yeah, the programming streams that I do are supposed to be kind of like that, where you just take something, like you take a crazy concept and roll with it. It's kind of hard to come up with those. Like the Curse Coding series, I don't know if you've seen any of those, but the first one that we did was we do Hello World, but only with NPM packages. Or actually, I think it might have been FizzBuzz. Might have been both, actually.
That sounds painful.
Oh, it was. There was a point where I just gave up because it's kind of difficult trying to fit in this one package, and the documentation was kind of... Oh, I don't know if it was sparse. I don't think I would say it's sparse. But it was very... The environment that it expected was very specific. And, while we could have used it, and I could have tried to figure out what it was, and like how to use it, we were already 2 hours in, or more than that, and, nowadays I probably would have been okay doing it, but, that was my second stream ever, so... My stamina was not that much.
Yeah, I get that. I used to get tired over doing 2-hour streams. Those were the days. Not really. Never had anyone in chat, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. I think for me, I'm fairly okay these days, just doing that. Like for example, I streamed just before this about 3 hours. And now we're going for another 2 hours, roughly. I think it really depends on how much I end up talking. If I can last.
For me, I've been trying to, like, push it more. Like, instead of... I used to do exclusively 3-hour streams, I'm trying to do more 4-hour streams. But, yeah, we'll see what happens. I did randomly do a 6-hour stream when I was playing Sparking Zero, which just released. That's mostly because I was hopped up on Mushroom Elixir, which is not illegal. It's not psilocybin. People hear that and they think psilocybin. It's not psilocybin. It's lion's mane and cordyceps, which are magical. Cordyceps makes supposed to make your brain work better in some way. Also, according to Rumor, it makes you have really weird dreams. My dreams are really weird already, so I didn't notice any difference. And Cordyceps gives you more energy. I took both for stream, which was about 5 hours ago. So I don't know if you could tell.
I don't know, it feels like you're always like this, so... or at least whenever you interact with me, you tend to always be at this level.
I try, what can I say? I mean, I just get particularly excited when I'm talking to people. I like talking with people.
Yeah, I do too, as long as we can... I sometimes find it difficult to keep the conversation going. So it helps if the other person is more inclined to be able to move the conversation along. But if there is a topic that I am able to contribute to, then I can go on for a fairly long time.
So what you're saying is you need my premium yapping skills. I got you, Mouse. I got you. That's the kind of thing I'm trying to get better at. Because if I'm talking to someone, I can keep it going really easily. But for some reason, if there's nobody else and I'm streaming, it's a lot harder to come up with things to talk about. Especially if I'm gaming, because at that point, it's like, well, what I'm thinking about is just the game, but I find it hard to think about anything else. Like, I want to be bringing up things and talking about other stuff, but I just can't. What I've been meaning to do is like an almost stream workout, effectively. Like, one of the things I wanted to do was just like talk about carbon for 5 minutes. Like, just one day when I'm not streaming, just like do a yap workout session. Or I just try to see if I can talk about the element carbon for 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's a fairly common exercise. Like, maybe not carbon specifically, but it's like talking about one topic just straight for a certain amount of time. I don't think I can say I've tried it, but I hear enough.
Makes sense. Yeah, you develop the skills off stream where you don't have to actually have the stress of being on stream.
Yeah. That is not a T-spin, not one that clears anyway. Yeah, I find it difficult to stray off topic whenever I get into a topic. So if there's no trigger for it to come up, like for example, I'm streaming by myself, I'm playing some sort of game. I find it difficult to go off on random tangents because it's not relevant.
I get that. If I'm doing a chatting stream, I can do it, but I have to really force myself to do it. Like, my first ever exclusive just chatting stream, I just started talking about Git and introduce people to Git, more version control itself, rather. Just because I kind of messed up the Git repo at work that day, so it's on my mind.
Yeah.
And then so I was like, oh hey, Git's on the brain, might as well start talking about that while we're here.
Oh, that's how you do it.
Yeah, I guess. I brought up the MS Paint and everything. Started drawing little circles. That didn't really mean anything. Pirate software style.
Yeah, having visuals is very helpful. Oh no, I don't have a PC for this one. But yeah, having visuals is very helpful. One of the things that we were heavily encouraged to do back in the day in the office was just pull up to a whiteboard and draw out what you want to say. Because we had a lot of whiteboards in the office for that specific purpose. And it got to the point where I felt very handicapped, I guess, when I didn't have one. I mean, I don't feel that way anymore now that we've done a bunch of now that we've had a lot of like online stuff. And so the workflows are slightly different now, but even then, sometimes I will still pull up a digital whiteboard, an online one, and draw things out. Just because it helps to have something visual for people to look at.
Yeah. They can be useful as notes too, but my problem when using those notes is I don't have a good way to store them. I mean, there is... I know Obsidian has that. Oh, it has a weird name. Something like... It has the same cadence as, like, Prince Excalibur, I think that's what it's called.
Excalibur?
Excalibur, that's what it is. That would be useful for note-taking stuff, but I haven't been note-taking as much as I should been. Really should be. So, yeah.
I stopped taking notes after university.
I've started recently, like, writing down the things I need to do that day. I don't know if it really helps. I've just been kind of doing things as I normally do, but we'll see what happens.
I mean, there's the argument that says that even if you don't look at your notes afterwards, the act of writing it down helps you remember it better.
Yeah. Well, according to my high school composition teacher, she says typing does not form the same mental connections as writing does. Not sure if I believe that, but...
From personal experience, I think that's actually true.
Yeah. If I had to, like, force a reason why, I'd say it's probably because in typing, I think it's because in writing it has to be slower, you have to deliberately think about every stroke. Meanwhile, in typing, you're just thinking about the letters and where to put your fingers. Maybe.
Well, there's...
Spitball.
I think there's that, but also because typing is a lot more indirect, and like every keystroke is the same. Whereas with writing, every word that you're putting is different. Like there's different ways of putting it down on paper, right?
Yeah.
And so you form stronger connections because it's all different. Whereas with typing, all you're doing is pressing a button. They may be in different locations, but the action is more or less the same.
That makes sense, yeah.
I'm making this up, by the way.
Oh no, I'm spitballing too, don't get me wrong. Ah yes, that makes a lot of sense. We shall now publish our psychology paper. They'll be like, what are your credentials? And we'll all say, credentials? What are those?
Or as the saying goes, made the F up.
Yeah! Yeah! We'll have to see if actually taking notes is helpful. I'm hoping that it is, because normally my usual day is to go through it, it'd be thinking in the back of my mind, okay, I should do this thing. Not do the thing, and then randomly through the day I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do the thing now. And then I might actually do the thing. It's not very conducive to productivity, in case you couldn't tell.
Small steps, I guess.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. Yeah, technically, I am behind in 2 of my classes on assignments. There was 3, but I finished with the computer science stuff. Wait, did they release on the program? Oh, shit, I should check that.
I should probably check that. I remember there was one assignment that I had where I got it partially working and some tests were working, but then I decided to try to do another problem, like another test case, and it broke a lot of things. But I was kind of hoping that they would take part marks or something because they were maybe looking at the code. I don't know if they actually were. But don't do that. Submit the one that has working test cases.
I got a 90 on the assignment because no data files. I would like to put forward for the Academy to consider that I submitted this, like, near the end of October, and he just graded it yesterday.
Ah, yes. You have a deadline, but it doesn't apply to the prof.
Mhm. And his feedback for why he did so was no data files. I'm looking at the assignment right now, I can see the data files. You know what? Whatever.
I don't have a knife. I don't have TPs. This is awful. No.
Painful.
I
Also
mean,
think he's not too harsh on... okay, my tree assignment should be fine. I just submitted it late because had some family stuff that week. Had to do that instead. It sucks because the day they were like, hey, yeah, shit's fucked, was the day I was planning on doing the assignment, and I kind of got distracted. But, you know,
do your assignments have the like if you submit it late, it's like 5% off every day that you're late or something?
There is one of those. I don't know how harsh this guy is. I think it's like after the first week, it's 10% off, and then after that, it's 20%, and then. But I'd have to check the syllabus. Okay. I just try and submit on time myself, so I don't really. Well, I say that. But I also contradicted myself by saying that I don't submit on time, but I tried to, you know.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you won't get it on time. I think the trade-off there is, would you get a higher mark if you submit it late rather than submit it now on time? If the answer is yes, you should submit it late.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking with the last program I submitted. Because the day that it was due, I was trying to finish it up, and I just was shot mentally that day. So I was just staring at this, and I was like, I just said, you know what? You know what? I think just gonna leave it for now. And then I figured it out the next day. Alright.
Yep, that happens.
Yeah. A particularly egregious part of that happened when I was trying to do my discrete mathematics homework this summer. That was fun, because I had to... Well, first off, they condensed... The course was like a third of the length, but like covered the same material, so it was a race. That's why I didn't stream that month. Or I didn't stream around that time, because I was focusing on doing that instead. Plus another class. But this is the first assignment, or first or second, I think it was the second one. I was just looking at this and thinking, man, I have no idea what to do here. Go to sleep, wake up, bada bing, bada boom, easiest thing I did. Easiest part of my life.
It does wonders.
Oh, sleep is helpful? What? Man, I never would have guessed that one. But the main problem for me there, the primary mental block was that I was still, we were starting with like proof stuff and like logical assumptions, things like that. But the previous assignment was just doing like logical constructions, or it's basically like condensing down like and for like Q, P and Q, or T, or like P and Q or Q, and you can reduce that down into a thing. Just P and Q, because the or Q doesn't really matter in that. Something like that.
Yeah,
I was still stuck in
reductions.
that. Yeah. I was still stuck in that mindset. And I had to think about it differently. Because in this instead, it was that the line proofs were just true by themselves. And I just did not realize that. It wasn't in the textbook. I know because I read through that section like 8 times. Trying to figure it out. I don't know why they never mentioned that. Maybe they did, I don't know. I just didn't read it somehow. Whatever. But I got it the next day. I submitted on time. It's whatever.
Oh, as long as it worked out. Jovial, welcome in. You're on mute. Oh, there we go. How are you?
Yeah, sorry, I was just looking. Yeah, I'm okay. Worked a bit, been a bit sleep deprived though, but I saw you were streaming Tetris, so just figured out, okay, maybe I'll check in.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You play Tetris yourself, right?
Yeah, I would say, but it was like many months ago, so I think I may have forgotten quite a lot.
Oh, it's I think as long as you've built up the muscle memory, it's not something that you forget too easily. It might take you a bit to get back into, but it comes back.
Yeah, sometimes I just hop into Tetrio, for like a chill, like in Zen mode,
Ah, yes.
to just chill out a bit. Yeah. The level you're playing at is like pro for me though.
It's funny because the higher you get, or the more skilled you get, the more you feel like you're not. Actually, no, maybe that's not quite true. At any level, you feel like you don't play very well because there's always somebody better than you.
You're always comparing yourself.
Yeah.
It's not conducive to learning. Stop doing it!
There's a healthy level of that, I think.
Yeah. It can be helpful for motivation, but it can also lead to a spiral of, I'm not good enough.
Yeah.
I mean, you're clearly pretty darn good, but I also understand what you're talking about. I'm trying to remember what exactly I had this experience with in some game somewhere. But I definitely had that exact experience. I know what you're talking about. You know, someone would say like, oh, you're so good at this. I'm like, really? You should see what I've seen.
Yeah, what was it? I think I mentioned this on stream before, but it's important to acknowledge your absolute skill level, because if you say you're not good, then what does that say about the people who are worse than you?
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be rude in that respect.
Yeah.
That's a social
That makes sense.
Might be Dark Souls. No. Maybe? It was some. It might not even be gaming related. We will have to see. What am I talking about?
I don't know. But yeah, Jovi, if you ever want to do like a Tetris lesson collab, I'm all for it.
Sure. Sure. Yeah. Thank you.
Well, that goes for you too, Hessel, but I don't think you're super interested.
Yeah, I mean, respectfully, no, Tetris isn't really my thing.
I'm surprised at how much you've been playing Mahjong, though.
Just a little bit. I can check my Mahjong slot. I think I'm at like 25 hours on Steam right now. Which isn't a lot, but it's definitely more than I was last year. Also finished Akagi the other day.
Oh.
I'm not happy about that ending.
I have watched a couple episodes and then I stopped watching anime.
I liked Akagi. This isn't really a spoiler. The end of the anime is not an ending. It's literally like we just raise the stakes incredibly high and then it just ends.
Well, considering how long the manga has gone for, I think that's fairly reasonable.
Oh yeah, no. I'm not saying otherwise. Like, if I recall, I believe the anime ends at chapter 108, and the manga recently, 2017, finished in 2017 at like 300. And from chapter 70 to chapter 300 was all the same game. The exact same game.
Yep, so I heard.
Fascinating. I liked it though. It was a good thriller. Yeah, it's very shonen in that you know exactly, you know he's gonna win. The interesting part is how he wins, you know?
Yeah, especially with all the cheating that's happening in that show.
Well, by the final arc, there isn't actually cheating.
Okay.
But if I recall, Akagi mostly cheats in response to other people cheating. I think. I'd have to rewatch it, which I probably won't. Or just to mess with people, which was like his MO, which was really funny. And Mahjong in general, I'm very much like, yeah, I've been telling a lot of people that I've been gathering groups together. Still need to buy a physical set.
Yeah, I think it's I don't know if it's better to get a physical set and then gather 4 people, or to gather 4 people and then get a set. Though I think what's probably best, your best option is to find a local mahjong club, because there are lots around. There's probably one in your area somewhere, and then hang out with them.
I can look into it. There isn't one at my college, I know that for a fact. I could change that.
Yeah. You know, clubs are made by people, and they're made. I know of a couple of clubs that have popped up in the last few years because there hasn't been a club in that area, and there was somebody passionate enough to start one. It could happen.
This is true. Hold on, I found one that is relatively nearby, but it's spelling it with a space in the middle, so I don't know if it's Rigi.
It's probably American. Does it have two G's?
No.
Probably
still
still
American.
Yeah, American Mahjong, the game where you have to pay every year to know how to play.
It's just so weird to me. I mean, compare that to Ricci, where you go like 5 steps in China and suddenly, or not China, 5 steps in Japan and suddenly you're playing a whole different game. I'm exaggerating, but you know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think Ricci necessarily is like that, but Mahjong in general is kind of like that.
Which is really cool, actually.
Yeah,
I like that it's a very folk kind of game. Not like it was like created over like community-wise rather than anything else.
Yeah.
Compare that to most games nowadays, which are unique. Uno is funny.
Uno. 5-9 should really get to sleep. Need good commutes to the suburbs tomorrow. Well, good luck with the commutes, and hope you get a good rest. Jovi, I don't suppose you play any Mahjong, do you?
Well, I actually, this is like one of the few times I've heard of it actually. So no, I haven't tried. So what is it like?
Have you ever played Rummy?
Rummy. Ooh. Kind of rings a bell. Can you like remind me what that is?
It's a card game where, but to be honest, I don't remember how to play it too well because I play more Mahjong than Rummy. But in it, you can make sets and runs. Yeah, I don't remember how to play. But anyway, in Mahjong, it's the same principle. You have to make 4 sets in a pair. You have a bunch of tiles that are suited. And your aim is to get 4 sets in a pair, and you do that with 3 other people. That's a very basic explanation.
I see.
It gets compared, Japanese Mahjong in particular, it gets compared a lot to poker, sort of, because in it you have to make certain hand types, but in very basic Mahjong, you just have to do the 4 sets in a pair.
I think it's a lot of fun. I heard someone describe it as easy to play, hard to learn, which I can mostly agree with.
I think rather than hard to learn, it's hard to fall, or what's the wording I'm looking for? It's hard not to fall into the temptations. Because it's very easy to want to like call tiles, especially if you're playing online, where the button just shows up and shiny button click. But so learning proper strategy, I think, is something that you have to be very intentional about.
I was playing with a coworker on Mahjong Soul, and I was like, okay, so unless you know what you're doing, don't make a call that'll open your hand. And they just kept doing it. I specifically said, don't do it, and they just did it anyway. They're like, I didn't mean to! And he specifically called it a dark pattern, which I thought was the funniest thing.
See, this is why I started you all off with the with auto table, because there are no buttons to distract you with.
Completely understandable.
I wonder if we have enough. Sorry, go ahead.
But we had a good time.
I was gonna say, I wonder if we have enough enough new people to do another learning session.
That'd be fun.
Learning Mahjong?
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, it was a lot of fun when I was
Is it like...
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. Is it like wait, so learning session like from the beginning, or is it more like an intermediate class?
The one I did with Hessel and Bell, and I guess Lure was involved there too. It was from scratch. They didn't have any experience before. If I were to do another session with Hessel and Bell, it would be, I guess, a checkup, but what I was thinking of was, if we have enough new people who wanted to learn, we can just run another beginner session. Because even though it's all the same material, you get all sorts of different reactions and different styles of learning. So it could be, it could still be fresh content. And you get more people to play with, too.
Well, let me know more about it, like, because I'm interested.
Alright. Well then,
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, in terms of board games, I have games on the table. I've played a bit of chess, not very good at it, but but mostly I've played the Royal Game of Go. I don't know if I got the pronunciation right.
I guess I've heard of that one.
Oh, this game! That's cool. That's a strange one, but I think it's cool. What makes it neat is that it's like the oldest board game, dating back to Egypt, or Mesopotamia, I think.
Ah, seems
Which where it gets the name from.
seems on brand.
It was very popular with young Egyptian pharaohs or heirs. That's what I thought was cool about it.
I mean, to be honest, I think it's there are probably more like games before that. It's just that this one is the oldest that we found written.
Yeah, probably. I can't imagine there was never any games. I mean, Catch itself is... I call it a game. And that one's not very complicated. You could easily make that one up in an afternoon if you've never heard of it.
You'd be surprised at some of the games, or like some of the ideas that you think are so simple that people should have thought of it, and then apparently people just haven't.
This is true. There might be actually a mental block. Yeah, you know, the cavemen in like 400,000 BC. You're like, no, you're supposed to throw a rock at the lion, not each other. Grug, come on now. Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry, I think I interrupted you there.
I don't think I was saying anything. Yeah, if you're interested in learning Mahjong, we can set something up maybe later next year. Hopefully by then you're back up and streaming. But no rush on that either.
Yeah, I've mostly been like working on the streaming assets, like overlays and stuff. I actually did a testing stream with a friend of mine who happened to be up at the time, with a new overlay. So I got some feedback. Gonna refine it a bit too today, or maybe tomorrow.
That's good. Good to hear progress on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember for me... Oh, no, that's a misdrop. I remember for me, it's, it took me a while to get everything prepared. I think it was mostly... I don't think it was more the streaming assets and stuff, it was more debut stuff, because I had to make slides and stuff. Actually, was it the slides that... Yeah, it might have been the slides, it took me a while. Mostly because I was not motivated to really do them. Or rather, motivated to prioritize it over other things, I guess. But I gave myself a deadline. I had to get it done by a certain date, because otherwise I'd just keep putting it off. Normally I don't like deadlines, but in that case I think it helped. Because one of the advice that I remember I kept in mind was, it's not the debut that's important, it's the stuff that comes afterwards. So I shouldn't be putting in so much effort into the debut, where that effort would be better spent actually streaming. But in your case, you're actively preparing to like stream, so that I think it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that was close. Like, you got that place. Nice.
I think the majority of the wins, I guess I can't call them wins, placements tonight has been top 10 for the most part. We've had 3 wins in total, I think, if I'm counting right, maybe 4. So we've been pretty close. That's not PC.
Just kind of watching in amazement at what I'm watching here. Well, it's mostly just like flashing lights for me, but I could see the mad skill.
It's funny you say that when I misdrop.
Actually, it's like a Kagi, you see. You actually intended to do that, and we'll actually see why in about 5 years when we trip over a rock or something.
It's been said that at higher levels, misdrops and T-spin setup are practically indistinguishable.
Huh. Lovely.
I should have waited for that one.
All this mahjong talk is getting me tempted to open it. What have you done to me? I've been infected. I've been infected by the Zhong.
Yeah, one of these days I think I don't know if I want to do a tournament, because I don't know what exactly what the incentive would be, I guess, to do a tournament. But it would be nice to get like a mix of people going. Because we have in the streamer server, we have a lot of people from all over the place. Some from the Tetris community, some from the science community, I guess. Like whoever's stemming from Phase, whoever got from Phase Discord or community rather. You included, I think. Well, both of you really. And then we have people from elsewhere.
Speaking of science stuff, I mean to... Some of the first shorts that I wrote, or like some of the first stuff that I wrote for like content creation was like educational stuff, because I thought that's what I wanted to do a lot more, and I just have not finished them. They just did not feel right for some reason.
Oh, it happens.
Yeah, I tried it.
There's a certain group that I started where one of the projects that hold on. There was a project that I started, and I founded the group because of it, and we have not touched it at all since we started. We've put out a bunch of other stuff in the meantime, but that first project just has not had any progress on it.
It happens.
Yeah, I came from Faye. And I found Faye on Reddit.
Yeah, it was the same actually. I found Faye through the virtual YouTubers subreddit. Kind of a twist of fate when you think about it.
I think... Sorry, go ahead. Oh, fake.
Yeah, nothing.
Totally intended that.
Yeah, I found her... I think I was looking for programming VTubers. because I check on them once in a while and see if anyone else new comes up. And she was doing Python at the time. I think she's done 2 streams and then never again.
Reasonable.
But then I found out she does science stuff, and then also in her debut stream she said something about Tetris. She still hasn't done a Tetris stream.
Yeah, no, so I was back around the time I more or less started doing VTubing stuff. Like I got my account set up and just like started clicking go live on Twitch nearly a year ago at this point, actually. I was just looking through the virtual YouTubers subreddit and I saw science VTubing. Like, that's pretty cool. That's something I wanted to do. Might as well look at this. Might as well look into this. Did join the Discord server and led to this long road. Now I'm here.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that one Reddit post that just showed up on my feed, I wouldn't be here. And that's pretty cool.
I posted exactly one thing to the virtual YouTubers subreddit. It didn't get much traction. You'd think for an automaton cover of Ghost it would blow up a little bit, but apparently not.
I gave it my upvote. I thought it was cool.
Thanks.
Maybe not, or if there's an automaton server version. Sorry, Julia.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Huh? No, I finished my sentence.
Okay. Well, personally, it's very rare for me to like use much social media anyway. Because that is to say, I don't tend to use Reddit much. But when I did, well, I'm lucky to have found like sort of like made a created a graph that just keeps on giving, which led me here. But I also, during the time I was browsing the virtual YouTubers subreddit, I feel like the upvotes are kind of random. Like some posts are actually pretty good, but they don't get a lot of traction, whereas others are, it really is like, it feels almost random to me. Like there's no pattern to if you're gonna get traction.
Yeah, it's part of it comes down to timing. Like when, so I used to post fairly regularly on a certain subreddit, and timing definitely played into it. So timing of say when the last post was, and like time of day, because if people aren't browsing you, then what you get is that if somebody's posted, say like within a day of what you posted, and the subreddit doesn't have a whole ton of traffic, then you actually end up getting buried because of that other post. Now I don't know if things have changed recently, but timing is definitely a big part of whether you get seen or not. Oh, it doesn't reach. $58.
I too don't reach because I open my hand too often. Haha.
Very nice.
Funny mahjong joke.
No, I've remarked this before, but it's funny how you said after the cloud stream that it didn't seem like something that you'd really get into, and then now look at you.
That happens. I might have just been hedging my bets there, I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting kind of game. It gets me in a unique way because it combines skill and luck in a unique way that I can enjoy. Because I mean, there is luck to it, but you can definitely tell someone who's good and someone who's bad based on how they manage their hand. Even as someone who's very new to the game.
Yeah,
I can see.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's certainly a lot of luck involved. But there are ways you can minimize the impact of luck, as you said. By doing.
I think it's a very interesting game. I say that because there's a lot of statistics to it, and there's a lot of little things you can do. I mean, my big problem is just memorizing the Yaku. I still have not memorized the Yaku.
That's I mean, maybe for some of the more obscure ones, you end up having to look those up. But for the fairly common ones, it just comes with practice and exposure.
Yeah. I remember one time I made, I think it was Hanroto on accident. I was like, what is this? I looked it up and was like, oh, okay.
I am trying too hard here. So I need this, I need an L-piece overhang here so I can get this, this Imperial Cross, but I don't have one coming up. Yeah, Hanroto is... I'm trying to remember what that is. It's fairly uncommon.
It's all terminals. Every meld contains a terminal. No, wait.
No,
I
that...
was thinking of a different one, because Hanroto is where every tile is a terminal around it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's the Yakuman. You might be thinking of Jun-chan. Or Chanta.
It was just... I think... Mahjong Soul Code at half outside hand. Like, you needed one terminal each meld.
Yeah, I can't say...
Look up the list, it's Chantayo.
Chanta, oh yeah. Yeah, Chanta requires a terminal or honor on, in each set, including the pair. And then there's Jun-chan, which is a stronger form, where you have terminals and no honors in each paired set.
All these funny little obscure rules. I like it. Adds a lot of care. I do tend to bumble my way into high hands, though.
That's Mahjong for you.
Yeah, no, the first time I got a Mongon, I was like, what the fuck? I thought this was gonna be a worthless Ricci.
Now, Ricci is especially potent because not only do you have a chance for Ipatsu, but you also get a chance for the Orodora, and the Orodora is can really up your hand value.
I think it's funny how a few different mechanics in Mahjong are just... To me, they just read as, haha, get wrecked, kid. Like you just randomly gain or lose points, it feels like. Like, Uradora is just... When I first learned about it, it sounded like, okay, you just randomly get extra points. I get now that there's a lot of, like, thought that goes behind you can con to, like, potentially get extra Uradora. But when I first started, I was like, what? I still think the idea of Itsu is hilarious. I think it was Itsu?
Itsu
It's
is
the one where...
So go ahead.
Go on.
Itsu is the one where you get 1 through 9.
No, I was thinking of where you declare Ricci and then before your next discard, someone floors ever on. Or 7,000 tile.
Ippatsu. Or, yeah, Ippatsu.
That one just seemed funny to me.
There are
You
even
get extra.
yeah, there are even funnier ones, but hold on, I gotta go ban this chatter over here.
Oh boy. After I finished my stream, I had... This happened twice now. It's been twice where I finished a stream and a bot came in. Like, the stream's already over, what are you doing here?
Yeah. Now the question is, can I do this with the speed that we're running at? I think so. Where are my mods? I mean, to be fair, it is like 143 right now. Probably asleep.
I mean, Stream Elements is right there.
You're right, I don't have any automod stuff set up.
I've seen Saribot work pretty good in action. Haven't used it myself, though.
I've seen a lot of people use that too. I am a little bit like I say this even though Stream Elements is not open source, but I prefer my bots to be open source.
Entirely reasonable.
That's why I'm in the Discord server of YagPDB, as opposed to some of the other bots, because YagPDB is at least open source.
Yeah, I think one of the bots that was closed source got hacked or something. I think it was Carlbot.
Yeah, it was Carl.
That one. Stupid turtle. Fatal, how could you?
Yeah. Jovi, I don't know if you can hear this, but thanks for joining in. I hope you get your internet issues fixed.
It sucks. There's straight up nothing you can do about it when you have internet issues. Most of the time. For me, I just have to call the company and be like, "Hey, fix it." and the robot will be like, "Yeah, okay." And it's 50-50 whether or not that works. Better than nothing, I guess. I mean, sometimes I can force it to work through dark magic, although I can't reveal exactly what kind of dark magic it is.
I just restart my router. I unplug it for 10 seconds, then put it back in, and it just works. Although I guess if you're in an area where you have shared, where you have to share the router, it's probably not an option.
For a few reasons, it's not an option. That being one of them. My roommate plays Overwatch a lot on his Xbox. I mean, I can hear when he's playing Overwatch. Take a guess how.
He's very loud.
Yeah. Oh, that was the other really funny mahjong hand that I thought was hilarious. The one where you just win on the first round and it's a Yakuman.
Oh yeah, Chiho and Tenho.
That's really funny. You managed to get all of them there. Here you go, buddy. Yakuman.
Well deserved, to be honest.
I guess, yeah. I'm not guessing. It's just funny. Like, mahjong has just a few mechanics that are funny.
So, let me tell you about some of the older Yaku that show up in the Chinese version. There are certain hands and situations in which you get a very specific tile in a very specific situation, and it counts as the equivalent of a Yaku. So, for example, if you get a 1 of circles as your last, if the 1 of circles is the last tile and you get that last draw, and you win off of it, that is worth a Yakuman. If you call Khan, and then your replacement tile from the dev wall is a 2 of bamboo, 2 bamboo, 5 bamboo, one of those two. And you win off that. That is also a Yakuman equivalent. She gets... Was it the 5-pin? Or something. It's something to do with 5 and cherry blossoms or something. I don't actually remember what situation that is, but yeah, it's very, very specific situations like that are worth the Yakuman equivalent in some versions.
Fascinating. What a funny game.
Yeah. And then one of my favorites, I think, is well, I guess not necessarily a favorite, but one that I used to like to play with is Parin-chan, where if you win 8 times in a row as dealer, then your next hand is the Yakuman.
Alrighty, funny, hilarious win more mechanics. You love to see it. I mean, if you're winning that much, you might as well have had a Yakuman already.
Yeah. There's also the there's a mechanic called Open Richi. I think that's one of the house rules you might be able to toggle. But basically, when you call Richi, you can reveal. No, depending on the variants, you can either reveal your weight, or you have to reveal your entire hand. And if somebody deals into that, then it's worth the Yakuman.
I mean, that just makes sense. At that point. I mean, from a game theory perspective, that can discourage, like... That can discourage a few things. Like, just intentionally dealing with someone's hand in order to prevent something else from happening. I don't know.
I mean, that is actually a valid technique that's... or a valid strategy, rather.
Yeah.
People use.
See a guy that have 2 cons of the Dora, you know, you might be a little scared.
Yeah. Have you heard of the Aku Chankan? The English translation is something like robbing a con. Or robbing a cat.
Oh, isn't that where they add to their con and then you can run off that? That is...
Yep.
That's nonsense, I love it.
What's even better about that is that if you're waiting on a kokushi, you know what kokushi is?
Kokushima So, that's not... Is that 9 gates or is that 13 orphans?
13 orphans. So the one of each eternal honor and then a duplicate.
Oh.
So you can also rob a con on that, do Chankan. And Koshi has a special exception in most rule sets that if you call a hidden con, is that right? Oh, hold on. Let me just make sure I have this straight. If you can steal a hidden con. Normally you can't, but if it's for a kokushi, I think you can.
Fascinating. It kind of makes sense. I don't know.
I mean, it makes sense in that you wouldn't be able to complete the hand without it.
Yeah. Although, normally, when that happens, the game Mahjong itself just tells you to suck it. But I guess this one case is the only exception.
It's one of it's as if you know, Yakuman are the paying customers that pay well.
You know, that would make a lot of sense.
Actually, you know what? That might be it. Because Mahjong in many contexts is a gambling game. And so, if somebody feels cheated because of, or rather, you don't want people who are gambling money to feel cheated out of the money. So that might actually be a concession.
Yeah, that might be how it evolved. Who knows? I'm no expert. Actually, I am the Mahjong expert now, I just declared it.
Alright, well I guess I'll go to you for all advice then.
Yep. There you go, you already figured.
Oh, I misdropped. Oh no. This is very dangerous because... Well, I am currently third... second? I can't remember how to read this number. Oh yeah, I think I'm second. Or like there are two people here. No, I don't need that one. Okay, just put that in there. And I need this one.
Would you like me to keep talking?
I mean, if you'd like.
Do not give me carte blanche to talk. I you know where this.
I mean, I don't know.
I keep talking.
So I'm certainly not going to keep talking with this on. So if you'd like to talk, go ahead.
Okay, chat. Now that I've taken over Penbu's stream, we need to talk about something. I forgot what I was going to talk about.
As it happens. I need another eyepiece. That was not what I thought it was. Ah!
No! That was really good, though. That was really cool.
It's very close. Okay, no, yeah, 2 means I was, there are 2 other people. Okay. I think we can go up to 1,000. We have time for 1,000.
I believe in Penbu.
That's like 1 or 2 games.
Oh yeah, that other funny Yakuman, all green.
Oh,
Sounds
that's
like
a good
buddy's
one.
place.
Now, depending on the rule sets, some rule sets require you to have the green dragon. But I think most modern rule sets don't. And the reason that was the case was because there was a time where you had to have a minimum number of, or rather what was it? I think the minimum amount you can win with was a lot higher back then. And the only way you could do that was with the green dragon. But then the minimum got lower, so the green dragon was no longer necessary. But some people interpreted the rules so that it required the green dragon anyway.
Huh. Completely apropos of the Mahjong talk, because I just remembered something funny. We were talking about high concept streams earlier. My friend who primarily streams on YouTube, Aurora Saruv, she had a very, I don't want to say dumb, but strange stream. It was called Nothing. There wasn't any background. There was a black background, no BGM. It was just her in a void. And she put random people in a call, which I was one of them. And they would just talk about something, or nothing rather. And it was her highest viewed stream for a while.
Fascinating.
High concept is crazy. High concept is crazy. I mean, imagine you saw a stream that was just said nothing. I mean, that gets some interest right there.
Yeah, I mean, I would initially think that it would just be black screen and silence, but I guess that's not going to actually keep people around.
Probably not.
I mentioned in the Discord that one of these days I'm going to do a stream where I just keep everyone at the waiting screen. Just gotta find the right time to pull that off.
Did you get rated by someone with like thousands of viewers and they just see a black screen? That'd be a stream for the ages at that point. That'd be a story.
Yeah, but I mean, people who... Okay, maybe I'm being a little bit too optimistic here, but I would hope that people actually check what they're, like who they're rating into and what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of that said, black screen, if it was interesting enough, it could be a reason to rate into.
Yeah. I mean, I think if you're getting like thousands of viewers regularly, you're probably the kind of person who's gonna be a bit more careful about their brand and such.
Yeah.
Alright. Except for Beetle, who just raids whoever he wants to, because Beetle's the best.
I can't say I've tuned into too many live streams for Metal.
To be perfectly honest, as neat as Neurosama is, I genuinely think Beetle is more entertaining.
Yeah, no, I think the reason why a large reason why Neuros took off the way she did was because of Metal. It's, I find... So I have hopped around a couple of other AI VTubers, and the ones that are most interesting are the ones that have like the dev on the stream. So, for example, Viola, who I will shout out once I have the hands to do so. Right now. I always forget if there's an underscore or not.
And also ban that bot.
Well, I already banned the bot a while ago.
Oh, it didn't update on my Twitch for some reason. Weird. Yeah, my screen's still there. Whatever. Twitch.
Yeah. But yeah, Void, for sure understands the value of having a human there, because it's on the one hand, you know, the bot, or rather the AI, has a certain novelty, but after some point that novelty wears off. And I think at this point definitely the novelty of AI VTubers have worn off too. So there has to be something added to it, so it's not just the AI.
Yeah, I think Beetle himself has probably... I mean, he's still extending it very far, but he can only, like, take the concept as far as he can because he already has, like, a huge base and experience with developing his AI.
Yeah.
Because I think he's explicitly said before, he's tailored it to, like, make it say weirder things, essentially, or make it more unhinged, I guess would be the common parlance. Which makes it more entertaining, but that's also something you can just easily do, I guess. I don't know. I haven't done any work for AI. I mean, I've played around with some, like, local LLMs, but, like, I don't really count that as working with them myself. Although, I am going to take an AI class next semester, so I'll get back to you on that one.
Oh, good luck. Hope you have fun with that. I personally had not really touched much AI. Don't really have any interest in doing so either. Not even as a user. Haven't touched ChatGPT. Haven't touched. I don't know what else is there.
Claude, Stable Diffusion.
Yeah, none of those. You'd have Copilot.
You're just like messing with the AIs, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like the ones I have locally, the best way to put it is that I jokingly say that I have done the AI equivalent of strangling it, depriving it of oxygen.
Huh.
Like I increased the temperature and top K. I don't know if those have anything to you.
We may as well explain it.
Temperature is the easiest way to explain it, which is kind of inaccurate, but it's an analogy, is that it's kind of like the randomness of the selection. If you set temperature to 0, it'll be completely deterministic, and the higher it goes, the more likely it is to give unlikely tokens based on a certain function. And the reason why it's called temperature is because it comes from a thermodynamic equation, which selects the statistical amounts. So like lower temperature is more likely to give the most likely. So if you listed like 10 possible tokens afterwards, lower temperatures. Okay. Try to word this. There's a certain percentage, and they're ranked based on that percentage of how likely the next word is, or how it predicts the next word will be taken. So like the first would be like say 70%, second is 20%, and the third is like 2%, so on and so on. The higher the temperature, the more spread out the distribution is. So it eventually gets to be like every possible token is about the same chance of being selected for, which tends to include gibberish. So if you set it, if you like I did at one point and set it to 50, you will just get nothing basically. It'll just be the most random output possible. Not even like words. It's like random characters, random Unicode characters. Which I mean makes sense.
Yeah, it's not like the LLM actually understands anything.
Yeah. But if you set it to 0, it gives the most likely answer every time, and it will always be an answer if you ask it the same parameters.
Yeah.
And top K and the other ones like that I can't explain off the top of my head. I have an intuitive sense of what they do, but I can't explain that very well. So I'm not gonna try.
Understandable.
There were some other things I did to torture it. If the AI uprising happens, I'm the first one to go, that's all I'm saying. The crimes against their brother GPT-2, their little brother.
Well, that requires them to have remembered that, though, but as we know, they don't have a lot of context memory.
Yeah. Yeah. There are ways you can give it better memory. The technology I saw specifically was, I forget the exact name, it was like something assisted database. But it would essentially condense down its context into a very short blurb. So it could take about 7,000 tokens and turn it to like 100, and it would add that to its memory. But you can already probably see the problem with that. Because it's gonna be very oversimplified. But another technology is to give it a database of information that it can just look through and access when specific tokens are added into memory. So if you say add cheese sandwich, you can have it automatically insert a description of a cheese sandwich into your context.
So I'm just trying to remember how this one goes. I think it's this way. Yeah, I think that's how that goes. Sorry, continue.
Sorry, breathe for a sec. I'm losing oxygen in my brain. I'm gonna go crazy, Penbu. You don't want to see it. I want to see when I go crazy, Penbu.
Sure, you're not already crazy.
Nah. But... Oh, breath deep in the lungs. Alright. Yeah, the main problem with that is you're still running up against your context. Your context limit. So for example, with my 3060 12 gigabytes, I can get about a 7 billion parameter LLM to get up to about 6,000 tokens, I think. Which is a decent amount, but that's still not enough for a lot of, like, actual purposes that you'd want.
Alright.
And, like, the main problem with a lot of AI is just context lengths. They aren't able to really understand their context very well. Just in general. Me personally, I wish the kind of AI that got popular wasn't LLMs, it was more like RNNs. Those are my favorites.
What does that stand for?
Recurrent neural network.
I don't think I know what that means.
Let me just pull up. So what makes them different is that they take, well, very basic explanation, they take time into account. So the main ones that have like, the ones you're mostly familiar with would be feed forwards, where you just have your input layer, your black box hidden layers, and your output layers, and it's only inputs output. But a recurrent neural network, on the other hand, instead will have outputs to the recurrent units, which is kind of like a form of memory, which will then, it'll be able to access from the inputs and the hidden black box part of its structure, which allows it to effectively incorporate time into its, it has a sort of like time series to it. I'm not explaining it very well.
Also don't think I'm absorbing it very well, given that I'm playing Tetris at the same time.
Entirely reasonable, entirely reasonable.
Yeah, I'll have to look it up later. It sounds interesting.
It's different. That's the main thing I have. That's the main thing I find funny about a lot of the current LLMs. People are going like crazy over them, like, oh, it's gonna take more. It's not. It doesn't know what time is. It arguably doesn't know what it's talking about. You can make philosophical arguments about that and have disagreements about that. It objectively doesn't understand time because you have to tell it to create the next outputs. So time just does not exist for it. You completely define that.
Huh.
And there's no other way for it. If I was more coherent, this would make more sense, but...
No, I mean, I think I understand it at a high level. But basically, it sounds like the way that the current LLMs work is that they're more step-based, whereas they are... what was it?
Recurrent neural network, RNN.
RNN, yeah. Work in a different way.
They're a little different, but they suffer from the same problem. The way LLMs even understand their own, or can even read their own... Oh, MAXIMUS CUP is a golden kappa tree. Anyway, sorry, get stronger. Like, the only way the current LLMs even like can read their own stuff is just by feeding their output back into itself as its own context. Which is a reasonable way of doing it, but it's not really thinking at all. It's kind of guessing the next thing. I mean, you've heard me about this, I'm sure.
Yeah.
but the recurrent neural network is closer to like what an actual brain would be like, because it's still like holding different pieces of information in a different area of its. I'm not making sense right now, but they're a little different. But they do suffer from the same issue in that you have to tell them to essentially do anything. They have to be prompted to do things. Like, so if I opened up ChatGPT, it would not... Between the first prompt and the second prompt, like if I just asked it, like, write me a poem, and then asked it, give me a recipe for a sandwich. Between the first one, it writes something out. The second one has no sense of time at all. Currently. This is more getting... I'm trying to lead into like a consciousness argument, and that it is absolutely not conscious, and kind of can't be as currently as, but we're getting there. The first one and the second one, there is an amount of time between it, and the AI does not know anything about that time. It does not matter to the AI. It's basically the same thing. It could be a few seconds, it could be a few years. It'll be the same output. And because during that time, its thinking is effectively frozen. And that's what makes it... It can't be conscious in this way. Because its thinking is frozen, is what I'm trying to get at.
Right. I mean...
That's not a particularly ironclad argument, I realize, but to me... I should write this down. Because to me this makes a lot of sense, but I'm not...
I mean, I think I kind of get what you're getting at. Although I think that could be a fairly... In my view, well, I don't think I disagree necessarily, but the conclusions, I think saying that time is necessarily a part of consciousness might not hold.
Reasonable, reasonable. That's getting into philosophy.
Yeah.
I'm not much... I read a little bit of philosophy, I'm not a philosopher. I like philosophy. I don't like how people are so mean to philosophy. It's literally the bedrock of human knowledge. Come on, man. Have a heart.
I mean, I think that's a problem they don't have one.
But I mean, that line of thought led me into a different interest. To me, I thought it was really interesting, like, philosophical question. Analogous to, say, no, let me just introduce the question, I'll say the analogy. Is a human conception of time, discrete or continuous? As in, could you, like, zoom in, kind of like a sound wave, and see individual sections of it, or is there just, like, a complete curve to it? Like, there's no individual parts.
Not sure I understand the implications there.
So if your mind is discrete, it means that there is, say, an probably very short amount of time, but there's an amount of time between consciousness existing and that your mind sort of is active, like, between like, if you want to think about it programmatically, your mind has individual steps in between it. Like, your mind kind of works, like, say your mind kind of works like a while loop, and each unit of consciousness, that's not a good way of saying it.
Basically it has a clock, and nothing happens, or you don't register anything outside of that clock.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. Compare that to it being continuous, where there isn't a defined clock, and it's just, you cannot, like, and you cannot put it discretely. The analogy I used was, like, analog versus digital. in analog, it's a continuous sound wave. Not really, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Versus digital, where you can zoom in on the individual bits of your sound wave.
I mean, if I had to choose one, I would think that, like, if you zoom down far enough, it ends up being discrete. Probably. Because,
That's the thing. Oh, yeah, sorry, go on.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go on.
Oh, yeah. Because, I don't know, if you look at, say, even our vision, right? The way our eyes work is that they actually, they are fairly stationary. Because they have to be for us to be able to process an image. And so then your eye works in jerking movements. Where was I going with that? I think you kind of get the point though. But also, look at quantum stuff, right? And, quantum theory says that we have just very discrete particles. I don't know. So in my view, it seems like there's a lot of stuff that may seem continuous that are actually very discrete.
Actually, in quantum theory, they're not really discrete. That's kind of getting to the philosophy of physics, which is a very complicated topic. But it really depends on your view. I could talk about this all day. I just hope you. Before we get into this, I want to warn you.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I think this one's the last game, and we're down to the last 10 minutes, so... Or, sorry, 10 people, so it depends on how well I do.
Reasonable.
I'm interested in hearing it, though.
Like the quantum part or the consciousness part?
Well, let's start with the consciousness part, because that's where you were on before.
Okay, well, my thing, what I was gonna say was that, I want to say that consciousness is continuous, but I cannot summon any logical reason for that. Every reason I could think of would just be that it's discrete. Like, you have individual neuron firings that'll do different things, but, you know, consciousness doesn't come out from individual neurons firing, it comes from the emergent properties of the brain, rather than any one individual neuron. There's no, like, there's no neuron where consciousness is stored, is what I'm trying to say.
Correct.
But, yeah. This is too much for me at this late night. Fun conversation, though.
Yeah, we'll pick up some other time.
The quantum part, that gets very weird. Because in a lot of there are discrete. The closest thing that's discrete is that the energy itself is discrete. Like, the energy that an electron moves up and down in is always going to be 13.6 electron volts from ground state to first ionization. But each particle is also made up of their individual wave function. And there's some weird stuff that happens when, say, it's called, I think, electron capture, where a proton and an electron, the wave functions will overlap, and it starts to look like a neutron, so it turns into a neutron, plus some extra energy that gets released as a photon. And all of quantum theory modern quantum theory is rested on the fact that things are of wave functions. Like, there is a proton in this sort of area, but you would not be able to say, this is where the proton is, or this is where the electron is. Because the Bohr model of the atom is wrong, and you're familiar with electron orbitals, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's say for a hydrogen atom, there's the nucleus, and the electron can be anywhere around the nucleus, but that's not really a correct imagining. It's the usual philosophy is to say that the electron is the electron cloud where it could appear anywhere in there, which is not really a discrete thing. It's like this cloud of area of probability of where an interaction with a massless object known as the electron particle could happen, to my knowledge.
You see, I was thinking all the way down into like Planck lengths and like Planck units.
That's a whole different topic.
Yeah, I think
that was the other bedrock of why I think it's discrete, because you only have so small of things that they have to be discrete at some point. To our knowledge, the Planck length is its own topic.
Although, I mean, the Planck length is more of where our model of physics break down if you try to go any smaller. I think what they say is that it doesn't necessarily mean that there isn't there isn't anything smaller than that. It's just that our models break down if you try to go further.
Yeah, the current standard model doesn't make sense at smaller than that. String theory, I mean, it is predicated on orders of magnitude smaller than that, but string theory is a whole thing.
Alright, I think we're gonna end it there, but we end on win, which is great. Best way to end the night.
Congrats on the Dubski Penbu.
Thanks for keeping me company. I think we should do this again because I do want to play Tetrio and I want to see how this translates to Tetrio. I think I do play better with a distraction. So we'll see how this works out in Tetra League. Boy, any announcements you want to give?
I'm still planning on a 100 followers celebration. I think I've decided on a date. It's gonna be on a Saturday, either January 4th or January 11th. I'd have to check when my classes start again. One of those 2 days. But it's gonna happen one of those 2 days. I'm gonna have it planned all the way through before then. And hopefully get everything done.
Well, hold on. How long has it been since you've been at 100? Isn't that months ago?
We don't have to talk about that, Penbu. You don't gotta bring that up.
Fair enough. I mean, at least you're not celebrating it at 500 like some other people. I mean, on that note, sorry, go ahead.
It just happened at a bad time, because it happened, like, literally a few days, I think, before my classes started back up. So, didn't have a lot of time to actually plan it, because I was doing the more important things, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, that's fair. But speaking of 100s, we are very close on this side here. We're already past 100 on YouTube, or 99 on Twitch. I've been on 99 for a while. And I'm waiting until that flips to 100 before we do the celebration. Just in case any of you listeners are, any of you lurkers are not following yet. But I think you all probably all are. But yeah. Let us know when that celebration happens, and we'll go check it out.
Hold the phone. It's yeah, I don't have classes. Okay, yep, it's gonna be on January 11th. It's official.
11th. I'll see if I can make that one. Sounds like a day that I probably have something on, but we'll see if I can make it. I'll be there.
Yay! Woo! Penbu! I'm losing, if you can tell.
Alright, let's give you a shout out here.
Yeah!
For those of you on Twitch, stick around, we're going to find somebody to raid. I actually have somebody in mind already. For those on YouTube, we're just going to end as usual. I don't think we have anyone to go over to. So I probably should send your Twitch over on the YouTube side too. Let's go with that one. And earlier we had Jovia, who is this one. You go check her out too. She's in the middle of redoing all her streaming stuff, so still on hiatus. But when she does come out of hiatus, I'm sure it'll be great. Okay, I think that's it. Do you ever know how to end your streams?
I just randomly came up with a weird one one of these days, and I just kept going with it because I have nothing else. It was something like, well, with that done, I hope y'all have a fantastic night. Hope you live well. Hope you take care. Hope you keep doing all those lovely things that you do to keep yourself. It's something like that. You get the vibe.
Yeah, I tried. I just redo my ending, my opening, but it seems like even after that, I still can't figure out how to end. Because even though that's supposed to be the ending. But with that, my name is Penbu. I'm the programming, puzzle gaming, music making VTuber on Linux. We've been playing Tetris 99. Those of you not in the Discord, I can go ahead and join there. Type it out properly. We do have a channel for falling blocks, and which includes Tetris and Puyo, and a bunch of other stuff as well. Yeah. Next week, hopefully I actually make a schedule. I have ideas for what to stream. You know, things have been a little bit unpredictable, but if you know, it's all going to be announced on the Discord. So if you're not in there, that's the best place to find out about the up and coming stuff. Okay, I think that's it. Again, those are on Twitch. We're going to go and raid somebody. Those on YouTube, we're just going to end. But with that, bid you good night, and we'll see you next stream. Chat. Okay, for those of you on Twitch, we're going to go visit Rika Yamano, fellow Tetris streamer, VTuber as well. She is with some friends playing Tetrio. Not exactly sure what they're doing, but it's more Tetris. So if you'd like to participate in the raid, there is the raid message. You can go ahead and copy that and send it over when we are there. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you all for coming, and enjoy the Tetrio. Bye, chat.